The attic doll.
Sophie never liked her grandmother's house. It was old, smelled of dust, and had too many dark corners. But the worst part was the attic. Her grandmother always kept it locked. "Nothing up there but junk," she'd say. But at night, Sophie swore she heard noises, soft thuds, the faint sound of something shifting. One evening, while her grandmother was napping, Sophie found the attic key in a kitchen drawer. Curiosity gnawed at her. Heart pounding, she climbed the narrow staircase, each step creaking beneath her weight. She hesitated before the attic door, key in hand. Then, click, it unlocked. The air inside was thick with dust. Moonlight filtered through a small, dirty window, barely illuminating the cluttered space. Old furniture, trunks, and forgotten relics filled the room. And then she saw it, a doll, sitting on a wooden rocking chair in the center of the attic. It was porcelain, its face pale and cracked. Its dress was faded blue lace, and its glass eyes, one slightly chipped, stared right at her. Sophie felt an instant wave of unease. The doll looked wrong, as if it was waiting. She turned to leave. The rocking chair creaked. Sophie froze. The air felt heavier, pressing against her chest. Slowly, she turned back. The doll hadn't moved. Had it? A shiver ran down her spine. "It's just the house settling," she whispered to herself. But she backed away quickly, slamming the attic door behind her. That night, she dreamed of the doll. In the dream, it wasn't sitting in the attic anymore. It was in her room, standing by her bed, its glassy eyes unblinking. A faint whisper filled the air. "Let me out!" Sophie woke with a gasp. The house was silent, but something felt wrong. She turned toward her bedroom door. It was open. She had closed it before bed. Her skin crawled as she forced herself up. Every shadow in the hallway seemed to stretch toward her as she crept toward the attic door. It was slightly ajar. Her breath caught in her throat. Had she forgotten to lock it? Or had something opened it from the inside? She reached for the doorknob, hesitating. But before she could touch it, she heard it. Soft footsteps. Coming down the attic stairs. She ran. The next morning, she told her grandmother everything. The old woman's face paled. "You went into the attic," she whispered. Sophie nodded, trembling. Her grandmother exhaled shakily. "I should have thrown that thing away years ago." Sophie's stomach twisted. "What do you mean?" Her grandmother's eyes darkened. "That doll belonged to my sister," she said. She died up there, locked in the attic." Sophie's heart pounded. "I was just a child," her grandmother continued. "I heard her screaming, begging to be let out. But my parents told me she was gone, that she wasn't my sister anymore." She looked at Sophie, voice barely a whisper. "She still wants out." That night, Sophie locked her bedroom door and kept the lights on. But as she lay in bed, her pulse hammering in her ears, she swore she heard something just outside her room. A faint click, like a door unlocking. And then, the quiet creak of a rocking chair.